All right, good late morning, everyone. It's Mike V from Tradeview Markets, head trader at Tradeview Markets as we sign into TradeGATEHub. The reason why I'm 11 minutes late is because it's very simple. As we signed into TradeGATEHub, I was watching Coach's video this morning. Had a kind of a busy weekend. I'm still kind of in empirical trading mode, and quite honestly, I want to know what the hell's going on aside from cocktail nap. Listen, I do. You know what I mean. Meaning, I noticed a couple of trades this morning that I was about to get aggressive at, and that the volume was thinning out a little bit. So thank God I caught myself at like a Monday early morning before watch Coach's video. Had a great plan coming up on what's ahead.
Similar situation.
Already 60 views. Great way to start the week, Coach. Hell of a plan. So I was watching Coach's video. Always updated on Monday morning, the most amount of data that we put out because it helps develop a plan, a dynamic plan. You know, all the data that we put out isn't obsolete Monday afternoon. It's about sentiment, basic Wall Street research. Yes, we give you daily upgrades and downgrades, but also information that is not suffocating, but enough to warrant you or to have reason if you turn on the computer and give it some passion like we do, that you can take money out of the market. It is what it is. All right, so thank you. Surfs Up works literally behind me, next to me, or with me. So all his posts are good. Thank you for posting, Gerard. If you're posting, if there's one thing, listen. I know you've been posting a long time, or I hope you're still watching a long time. Thank you for the post, but I know Gerard and Gerard's style, and I'm glad he's watching the IBD 50 because when I went, I mean, I don't even think it's an antiquated paper. When I walked into my office with all my mentors going back, I mean, I've been on my own for what, 20 years, if you will, but all of them, IBD, the Investors Business Daily list, stocks, and that list right there. Wall Street Journal, I don't care for, but that's what the fund managers look at. That's what's driving. Double click all the images on TradeGATEHub. To no surprise, it's all the stocks that we follow, but maybe something. I mean, Tidewater is not that well known, but it's a beast, an oil driller. DraftKings, Clear, Spark, CLSK, we all know it. We trade it. ETS. I brought up half these stocks today already, and I should. So, Coach, thanks for the video, getting going. Good plan for the week. Gerard, thanks for tuning in. I hope everything's well. Coach, great calls. I did look at the calls. I mean, I can read them. It's just I didn't have time to watch the video, so I apologize. Let's go in. There's the channel on the cues. That's what everybody's watching. It's very clear. Trade the channel. Going into a heavy news laden week. The channels could be obviously. I don't want to. They could be more important, but not more important because they might go out of bounds and then pull back in and do the fake out. So, just like trading, be able to change and stretch your parameters. And this channel on the cues could be a good motto going into again a news heavy week. Also, being disciplined. There are the key events this week. Look at this. The big daddies. Reddit 5 times oversubscribed. I think bearish. That's bearish. Not gonna lie. Hold on. That's one bearish point out of also many bullish ones. That's a bearish point. If there are 100 of them, and I went down the list, bull, bear, that's bearish to me. Read it 5 times oversubscribed. That's just me. But I think that's an old thinking. Goldman's chart of the day. This is Goldman's research right here. It may not be easy reading, but over time it will be. I mean, nobody picked up the Bible and started, it started preaching right away. It's hard stuff to read, but it's worth it. All right. I saw it this morning. The conditions have been loose, but the volume started to dry up a little thing. I'll point out a couple of things. Pardon me. Credit default swaps still bullish, a long way to go. Anything that's a pop right now is a buy and a dip unless it does something up here near the what? The fourth, is that? What level is that? Double click all images. Unless it goes to 425, which would be a decent flush in the market, but still 425 on the credit default swaps. Money rates, that would still be anything aside from that would be cause for concern or at least a change in trend. Okay. SMCI index officially in the S&P 500. Great info. 4. I point out great info, all relevant info by Surf. Tesla, by the way, Goldman Sachs lowered Tesla. That's Tesla saying we're keeping it still above where it is, but we're lowering it. It was up $10. Goldman lowering Tesla price target is bullish, believe it or not. You have to understand that at some point. If Goldman was raising their target at 500, then that would be bearish. Trust me. Pepsi upgraded to overweight. It's a sign of what's going on. Insider purchases. Anybody in mind? I already went through this. Always gapping up, and QD gapped up. I didn't see that. HCP. Okay, let's go to some business. HCP. My last post on Friday afternoon. That's my sign off. As you know, ZI had calls. What did ZI do? Did ZI go up? Iron. ZI had all those calls. I didn't trust it, and it never went up. So take the ZI. I felt prepared. I couldn't understand why all those ZI calls went off. But you know what? Maybe it's a binary move. I don't like it. Nothing happened over the weekend. They might sell it off a little bit, but regardless, MT Steel. Buy market on close on UNG. I think UNG opened. I think natural gas opened up 5%. Short Airbnb. All right. Where are we? Right here. HCP calls just flying. These are the active calls today with good charts, and that was obviously today's Monday, 3 days ago. And all Alco, I still have a nice position. HCP, Square, MU, CVS, Deutsche Bank. Look at all the top. J-Bill, bought some J-Bill the 200-day. That even worked. Hold on a second. J-Bill. ZI didn't work, by the way, if I can go to the charts. J-Bill, one-day wonder, right to the 50-day kiss. Worked perfectly, 120 to 124. I sold the 124. Didn't buy a lot, bought 800. That was my line in the sand on J-Bill. GTLB bought. It was on video Friday. Please go to TradeGATEHub. Wasn't a barn burner. I didn't buy much of it. The real money is going to be buying when it takes a couple of days of bottoming, if it does at all. But GTLB, I did the same thing as I did at J-Bill. So I took it over the weekend. I think I was down to half a point. I started selling at 53.90. I sold some 54.20. Stock went to 55.30. If I was down in it, I would never have held it. So bottom line is Friday's low. Let's look at Friday's low. Friday's low, where I was buying basically in the triple, but never broke lower again. 53.20. You know, you wake up Monday morning, it's 55.35. It's $3. So naturally, I said if it went against me, it'd be a drifter and I'd be fighting it for a day or two. But you're never going to make that type of beautiful trade at the high. But it did take some money off the table. I'm out of it. Next, I am watching it. But those type of trades, as I said on Friday, I was clear about it. They haven't been working. That's why I didn't take a lot of it. I think I took 4,000 or 5,000. Let's see what I did. GTLB sold 2,200. Sell. I took 5,800. I think is the market. Let's get roll here. Cat's out of the bag. Market's open. Google's the star of the day. They're going into mega again. Google, Microsoft yet to be determined. Still has maybe an inside day. What's happening here? Get out of it. I don't know what type of day it is. Not bearish though. Meta back again. NVIDIA. Okay, how about this one? Go to Coach. We were on Coach. Come on. We were on our Thursday video. This is what I said. NVIDIA SMCI pair trade working. The guys were buying NVIDIA and shorting SMCI, if you remember. At least give me a thumbs up on that one. Here you go. NVIDIA up 10. SMCI is down 60. That's a smart trade. ARM looking good. VRT going. This is how I plan things now. So I don't have to worry about what stocks are acting well. NVIDIA is acting the best. VRT is acting second best. So he'll bat second. He'll be like freaking Lenny Dykstra. VRT, the second one acting well. AMD not acting well. SMCI goes down. ARM, ON Semiconductor, I believe has earnings today. MU getting up in the batting order. Going to bat third. Come on. MU's batting third in all the semis this week. so far. ARM should be up. MSIM's Western Dig. Intel should be 8th. Marvell should be 9th. Avago. Okay, that's the batting order so far for the semis, if you get my picture. Okay. What else is that? Alcoa. Here we go. Didn't split the atom. I mean, they've been both, they come in waves. FCX did it. Look at that move. We had it nice too. Still having the fun. Alcoa was next. I said, why can't Alcoa go? They make aluminum. What's the freaking difference between aluminum and copper? Don't overcomplicate it. You know what I mean? Also, most importantly, where did I get the idea? Maybe almost 30 years of trading experience, but I saw calls go off. And here was my post. Not everyone works, but when they work, you're supposed to, Tradeview is built about cutting the weeds and watering flowers. It got so big if you're not producing next. It is what it is. MT, I sold it. Alcoa had 18,000 from 30.73. Where's the trade this morning? And out of a lot of it. Still have some left. I was selling some this morning. Alcoa took a lot of it off near the high this morning, 31.30, 31. So there's my trade in Alcoa. I mean, I trade Alcoa. I mean, at 30,000 Alcoa. As I should. Still going higher. Weekly Alcoa, now above the 50-day on the weekly Alcoa. Let's look at the other ones. Is SCCO copper hanging in there? On the weekly, yes, it is. Let's look at the other aluminum stocks. What goes aluminum, Mike View? That's why we're here. CNX. Century Aluminum looking to break out very nicely. So why don't we go to this one as well? We're up in Alcoa. We'll buy a pullback on that. Century Aluminum, as you see, has it in it to make a move from 7, has a move in it to double. Let's look at the weekly. Hopefully it's curled up above the weekly 50-day, like probably even better than Alcoa. Oh, look at this. All right, so Cenex might be buy. Goes getting the high. You know what? Where is this thing? I'll even wait for it. Cenex Aluminum. Buy. What is that? 300,000 shares. About to buy 8,000. Now I have to. I thought it traded more than that. Why is the stock so thin now? Century Aluminum. I was about to buy 8,000. As Tesla's still up 10. Getting live trading here. Throw everything aside. This is how you learn. Cart acting well. Disney, DraftKings. They tried to knock it down. They tried to knock down Uber. They are knocking down Uber. They knocked down CLH today as well. CLH and Uber have been going together. CLH, you want to short it when it's down. But it's probably going to pull an ANF. It goes the 10-day, rockets right back up. That's what strong stocks do. ANF, we just talked about Surf and I beforehand. You short this thing, you think you have it. All right, we get it. It's over. 113 right back to 130. ANF. Can't even go on a freaking cruise. You short ANF. Root. There you go. There's emblematic with the market right doing here. Of Root. Root's the market. Still speculation in the market right there. There's still strong stocks in the market right here. Apple. What's Apple doing? All right. It is what it is. Oh, you know what I bought this morning? I'm in CCL. Calls are going off. RCL. Behemoth. I bought it. CCL. Let's see how much I bought. Settings. Show position info. I only have 4,000 CCL from 1627. You know what that's going to prompt? Another 3,200 at the market, doing live trades here on my smart route. Anybody gets a demo or live trade, this is what you do. Set it up, ask a question. I'm no different. I mean, I use the same thing you guys do. All right, APP, another one, goes with Google, AppLovin. That looked like it was going to go back to a gapper. New high. There you go. New high. Root, Zoom, Carvana back now. Carvana, they had it back. Now it's back in now. NTNX, Twilo, Cart. What else? PDD, HCP. Oh, HCP. I have it. I sold a lot of it though. HCP, I took some money off today. I have 800 from 26. I actually sold it at 29.50 in the morning. I sold it this morning. Hold on a second. What did I sell this thing? 6:30 a.m. Yeah, I sold 2008 CP at 29.50. It did make, see right there, 29.50. So my average price is even lower. I took like 18,000 off on it. Alcoa breaking high right here. They're listening. We have pull a TradeGATEHub now. You know what? I'll do what I said. I'll even buy more of it. Buy another 800, even though I was long 22,000. But I still like it. It's SDDG, GTLB, Root. What's going with the Alcoa sector if that's going up on, if that's the one that's going up? Why is this all up high? What is this? What's this? Okay, it's breaking high. NIO going lower. Alcoa, URI, Starbucks, EXC, ALU, SCDG, Fizzler, nothing. Newmont. Okay. All right. Buckle up. I know what Coach is saying. Buckle up in Newmont. Coach was bringing up CCJ2. How about the pair trade Square? This Square resting as PayPal finally breaks out. Which one would you do? PayPal or Square? Or both? And this is the chart on Square Weekly. This is the chart on PayPal Weekly. Square. That's the answer. Okay, let's go to something else. Wise guys and what's moving. Okay. Most active. SOX, STI, low floater, GOVE. Brought it up already. Actually, let's look. I thought I did. I looked at them already. STI, not my trade now. They want to gamble into something Fed related. STI is a small little stock, good range. Let me take off my preempt settings at 5:30 a.m. because I don't really care that much about pre-market in the morning anymore. I know, but I already, it's irrelevant. At this point, SPI, not interested. GOEV, I think that's a small EV stock. Not interested. Well, it's $3. I can't trade it, but Piker money. Just like Root. All right, you get it. Tesla, couple of Qs, Apple brought up, AMD, NIO, SoFi, Planeteer. So this is what I see when I first look at something. All right, Apple and the Qs are up, and Google, they're going buying Mega. But you know what? I see like Planeteer up 19 cents, Mara's up 20 cents, Riven's up 16 cents, Ford is up 4 cents, even like Amazon's up 82 cents. A lot of these stocks are in between and what I call the danger zone. They're like it's not really worth it. You know what I mean? There's no edge. There's no edge here with the stocks I see. Bank of America. All right, I get it. Taking calls. I get it. We all know where the banks are. Bank of America is still taking calls. We always look every day. Goldman's have been, besides JP Morgan, Coach and I had a good discussion about this Goldman on last Thursday about this thing breaking in this range. And you know what? The more it doesn't break out with these calls here, the more bearish it is. It's actually acting most negative. Not saying short it, but it's not the best. You know what? Bank of America looks better than Goldman Sachs. I think. There's the weekly on Bank of America, Goldman Weekly. All right, I get it. You know your prices, but you know what? One little slip up or one good report sends this thing literally to 450. That's what it's waiting for. So I'm not going to pull the Goldman is relatively weak when the rest of them are still at year highs. That could change, but with a Fed decision, a binary move, more likely there will be a binary move in this stock. It's just not going to base, and I don't think this thing's going to curl over. So that's what I think. CCL acting okay, taking calls. We bought more live. Why not? Why wouldn't I? I'm not saying it's going to work, but it's got some price range. It's got some calls. Let's go to the wise guys. Do I have any questions? No questions. I'll leave it there. I don't think there's much going on. First of all, we all talked about this is a great opportunity as things thin out, and there are a lot of stocks near highs and showing relative in a lot of the sectors. Get yourself a demo or a TradeView live account. Besides, TradeView, besides the lowest commissions and tightest spreads, service. That's why I'm here. Okay, so let's go. VIX is at the lows. All right, basically near the lows. All right, Netflix was up $18 pre-market on Friday, I believe. It went negative. Yes, it did. Now watch for that to hit a new high again. Faked a lot of people out. Roblox broken finally. Okay, so you have Roblox breaking down the 200-day near a gap. Netflix near the high. Google near the high. What else? SMCI down 80. Okay, no surprise. That's bullish. For the rest of that's bullish. That's why let's see Alcoa going up. Alcoa. Gap stores. Okay. Gap stores. Right there. AEO bounced. A&F bounced. So it's not over for retail. It's over maybe for Kohl's. Maybe for Jwin. It's not the Dillards, the best of breed out there. But Gaps, clearly, and by the way, I will tell you what this is. This is the Gaps management CEO clearly making a dramatic change. This is not retail wouldn't be this bifurcated. AEO and Gaps are right next to each other for crying out loud. You know what I mean? Zillow also were cutting all the commissions. Remember, major macro story over the weekend, at least America, about new commission structure for home buying. Zillow was down 12, still having a hangover. It's a bigger story than Zillow. Believe me, read it. Very interesting. Boeing, all right, one day up. That's it. Yeah, this is GT. I'm overboard again. GTLB. No, that's why I don't like buying these things anymore. Building positions for the U-turn up. Very difficult. Or it has been very difficult. Viking Therapeutics, I bought some. Did it come in a little bit? I'm long this thing. I'm on 400 from 61.70. I think I got the bottom. I got the bottom today on Viking Therapeutics. So what we always say is a winner, the ones that start working right away usually wind up being, working right away. Listen, I'm not saying I'm going to start looking at waterfront property, but I'm up in the thing. All right. So I look at Viking Therapeutics, obviously the weight loss drug. Lilly bounced, CYTK bounced. So Viking Therapeutics. I really kind of want to put some away, to be honest. I think it's overdone, but at least today is overbought. No. So it's 64.40. I want a bit more right here at 63.03 if it ever gets there. 63.03. I'll go to a 5-minute. Why? Because this is where 61.90. This is where I want it. 63.03. I didn't even know the number again. I did it though. You know what I'll do though? I'll buy 200 more at 64.04. Even number. And I'll buy 400 at 60. Where was it? 63.04. Well, you know what? Hold on a second. I have some more there. 61. I didn't get that. I don't want this. Change. Let's go to 63.88. And actually hope I get it because I only have 400 shares anyway, so it's not going to make a difference. Well, it is a winner. We'll bid more for that 63.08. 800 shares. You know what? 800 shares, 63. We'll go a little higher. We're not going to get greedy. So 63.08 was my price, right? So I'll put 63.24. We want to give everybody a chance to get in. John Deere breaking high. New one. Freeport Maran needs a little rest. Yes, sir. Okay, Root. Let's look. You got to look at Root and Carvana. See if the spec float situation still alive. IOT, Oprah Winfrey, we're not on. GM acting well. Still, 1 day delay. Huge day on huge volume. Don't think it's over. That's the resting day for General Motors. It's going higher with or without you, Bob. Love you to be in it. That was what I used to say as a broker. GM. I don't know. Ford. I don't know what's going on. It's not for me. Iron. Ooh, Iron's on the screen. Iron Gushlak. 7,200 I have from where? 40 to 50. I did that because calls were going off on Iron. All right, guys. I'll leave it there. Any questions? CF. You don't even know what this thing's going to do. Very peculiar stock, CF. Still bullish. One day it looks like it's going to turn. This last week. Looked like it was over. PDD, best China trading stock out there. I'm not going to lie. Bob is holding this line in the sand. Not interested. Caterpillar. That's it. I know else to think. I'm out of breath. Got to take a hike with Tony P. Marna. Don't forget about Marna. Started at Marna. Good go. Holding very well. Big move. Big move up. Pull back. Oh, actually had decent volume on the pullback. Maybe not. I wish it would have low volume on a pullback. Adobe, one day wonder, they killed the best of breed software stock. NVAI. I want something of mine to go. Can't something pop in my V's label? Okay, I'll leave it there. All right, I can't do everything. I'd be on all day if I could. All right, well, good guys. Thank you for tuning in. Listen, things are thinning out a little bit. Like I said, I had this GTLB. I looked up, there was 110,000 shares traded. I said, whoa, I better watch out. Because just like that, almost that slip Apache. They just told me Apache. I don't know. Apache had that big volume. Maybe they flushed it all out. Apache needs consolidation. It's on the list. Calls going off Apache. I'm sorry if I'm going off on tangents. Schlumberger, how you doing? I don't know, man. This thing could Schlumberger. They call it slob, and we're in it. You should know that. All right, I'll leave it there. Foot Locker taking news. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Go back and watch the videos. If you're new to us, get to know what we're about, what style. I went a little I got very specific into trading, which I'd want to do. Any comments, questions, and or complaints? I got a thick skin. I'm more than happy to make the product better, and I promise I'll do it better the next time. Okay, we'll leave it at the screen. I'm going to be here all day. I'm always here all day. I don't see much to do. Don't overtrade, but I'm taking notes. This is why I have a notebook. This is why I have people under me helping me at TGH and you guys as well. So we'll leave it there. Cheers. Have a plan. Don't let your trades turn into positions.